Oh, hey everyone, it's Biggs. Sorry, the normal energy level for today's video is just not there. I'm exhausted. So I just thought today, because I don't have a real video prepared for you guys, I apologize. I got so many store tours, I've got public aquariums, I have so much incredible footage to show you guys, but those are all what I call big videos, and they take a lot of time to edit. So I got decided, today I'm just going to kind of give you guys an update on all the stuff that's been happening. What transpired last night was absolutely insane. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. So much stuff to talk about. Okay, truth be told, about 4 weeks ago, today's Friday, video's supposed to come out tomorrow morning being Saturday, today's Friday. And truth be told, I've been sick for, this will be my 4th week now. Started off with some really bad heat stroke from doing some farm fencing, and then it kind of became like a flu thing. And then my wife got really violently sick for 1 full week. And then she had to go away for a couple of days to visit do some stuff. And then by the time she was getting back, I was really starting to crash. You can tell in my voice. I spent a bit of time in the hospital. I tested positive for the vid. And then I've been dealing with acute viral bronchitis with other complications and stuff. So I'm on all this stuff. Just my energy levels aren't there. My lung capacity's not there to do a lot of stuff. I'm getting better. Biggs is going to be great. No problems whatsoever. Invincibility still in check. But during all this time, I've still been trying to do stuff. I just don't have a lot of energy for doing some of the bigger projects. So a lot of stuff behind the scenes is starting to build up. But last night, we had a tornado last night. Now, this is like tornado like out of the movies last night. And this is not something I've ever experienced. I often hear in the news of like tornado warnings and stuff. But we got last night, we were out for just over at the in-laws, which is only a couple miles away. About 7:30 at night, we said, okay, time to come home. Let's get the kid to bed and stuff. Brought the youngest home, Paisley, and got her started getting ready. Within minutes of getting home, though, all of a sudden the sky turned this very creepy green, and you couldn't see anything. And it started raining just before that, and then it started doing this swirling. And it was picking up furniture outside and swirling around in the air, and like crazy stuff. Honestly, truthfully, though, we have really no damage that I can see yet. We lost parts of roofs of some of the shelters and stuff on the farm. My daughter's trampoline with 7 cinder blocks attached to the legs got picked up and hurled. Things like that. No real issue. But we had massive amounts of hail. I don't see any hail damage on any of the vehicles. I will get somebody else to check out on the roof and stuff. But Biggs, it's a fish channel. Why you tell us all this stupid stuff? Things happen to everybody everywhere. Well, the problem being with us living out in the country, one thing that did happen is we lost power. So we lost power just before 8 o'clock at night. And what we do when we lose power is, I don't have that much stuff that's really overly sensitive. I got lots of tanks, got lots of animals. I don't have anything that's really overly sensitive, especially at night. So if I go without power for a little bit, it's not a big deal. We'll have some animals that will lose the biologicals in a filtration system. And we talked about that before where we have one. It just hasn't been enough for me to really go out and get a generator. We've never been without power for any real length of time. Last night we were without power for over 6 hours. So basically what we do is when we finally just kind of said, okay, we may as well go to bed, we just turn the light switch to the on position in our bedroom. So that way when the power does come back on, it'll flick on and wake us up, and then I come downstairs and do all the stuff. So that's what I did last night. Again, still not at full capacity. I got up around 1:30 in the morning when the lights came on, came downstairs, and I spent about 2.5 hours last night trying to get everything back on check. What did I have to do to get everybody back on check? Well, I did water changes. So on all the flexes behind me here, I did water changes on all 3 of them. You guys know who's in that bottom one. That's pretty high profile fish. Want to make very certain that the biologicals in that tank remain nice and stable. Beside me here on the floor is the Thomasiclas frati, but they're in 120 gallons of water. So I did a little bit of a water change, but it wasn't really as much of an issue. So I did water changes on all the tanks. Good solid water changes like I normally would do. So when I knew the power was out for a little bit, I'd come downstairs and actually just used a pitcher. And for these two tanks, like the big Piranha tank and the Congo tank in front of me, I would just I'll lift the lid on the trickle filter and pour water through it. So it maintains the media. The media is normally in a wet, dry environment. So as long as water touches it occasionally, it still keeps it nice and moist. The bacteria will survive a lot longer. They're a lot more stable, especially in these types of situations. Now for Blister's tank, the puffer, my rescue air pump came in handy. Really, really good again. And this thing ran, I even put it on, it's got two modes. It's got the, where it runs all the time, or it's got a pulse mode where it runs for 10 seconds, off for 10 seconds. And I used it on the pulse mode, and it was absolutely flawless. And I could still use it right now for hours on end. This thing will last for up to 24 hours on a single charge. Absolutely love this unit. But other than that, all my tanks, I'm a fairly light feeder when it comes to it. I don't feed on it every single day. Another thing that I really did besides the water changes is I went and cleaned out all the canister filters and filters. So when it came to like the fluval flexes, see there's Blister. No worse for wear, no issue. You got a good water change, and then we clean the filters. Now these tanks, now the Killy tank there is, you can see it got a good water change. It's so clear. Obviously I'm not going to be worried about cleaning algae at that time, but water is taken in through the filters this way, and it's all an internal unit. And so basically you see the little handle there just below my thumb, the black little knob, and then there's another one there. Those are big sponge inserts, and they go right down to the bottom inside those filters. So I pulled those all out, and then I rinsed them all in the sink really, really well. I do not have chlorinated water, so it was not much of an issue. This is the only tank in my entire operation that I had problems with. And in this tank, if you guys remember, is my 3 Ivanakara Adakita, as well as I had 8 of those Mokenhausia, the Congo Tetra. Beautiful, beautiful Tetra I had from Oliver. Very expensive kerosene I had from Oliver. They've been always fighting with each other, but I'd only lost one. Well, last night, I lost all of them in that tank due to the power outage. There's nothing else I could say. I don't know, maybe I should have put with all the decaying matter and stuff like that and all the botanicals, maybe I should have thrown the air pump on this particular tank instead of Blister's tank. But that is the only casualty I had. I still have the little Ignatiga, the Leucanicide, the little West African cichlids there. There's one at the back. Still got several of the kerosens. I never lost a single one of the Nematobraican kerosens. Still got Killies down there, but they're nice and tough. No issues in the Congo tank. No issues in the Piranha tank. No issues with the Tomocicla because, as I said, they had so much water volume. But I went and stripped that canister. I can tell you what a pain in the butt it was to be able. Cleaning a canister, no problem. Resetting up, no problem. Getting it primed and running when it's on ground level and the hoses dip down, absolute nightmare. But I finally got it going, and it's been trouble-free since. The kerosene tank, which was originally the quarantine tank, I haven't even put the lids back. The lids are still in the wrong spot from when I was working on it last night early in the morning. But that one's been running flawlessly. There's no issues whatsoever. Didn't lose a single fish. Took the canister filter. It's another Eheim canister. We took it out and we stripped and cleaned it really, really well. But another issue is all the timers are all screwed up now. So I have to go and switch all the timers to a better scale. All my plant lights are off. It's in the middle of the day. You know, so I'm going to have all sorts of things happening until I go around and adjust all the timers. You notice that the Congo tank is dark in the middle of the day. This is the only one that's lit up. Killies don't care about no power. And I might actually even move these guys into a smaller tank so I can use this tank for other things. But they don't care. They're such hardy fish. And blue galaris, good quality blue galaris like this, are just such incredible fish. And even the big tank like the Piranha tank behind me, no worse for wear. Now the reason that, you know, when you talk about something, these are meat eaters. They're larger fish. They produce large volumes of waste products. And giving them a good 25% water change last night, and going and adding water to the filter like I did a few times, no issues whatsoever. But because I am home this week because of the lung issue, is I will be monitoring everything a little bit closer and making sure that the water quality stays the same. All right, I said there'd be something at the end. One last important thing. just have to finish with it just because I think it's so funny, is coming up right away, September 16th and 17th, is the Toronto, the Canadian Aquatic Expo. It's part of the Canadian Pet Expo, of which I'm a team member of, but the Canadian Aquatic one. We did the first one last year. This one's going to be massive compared to the one before. So we've got all these incredible speakers. We've got amazing Jennifer Williams, the incredible aquascaper, coming in. She's going to oversee the aquascaping thing, be the head judge. We've got Therese Neal coming in. She's going to be talking about shrimp. Incredible, incredible people. Jeff Cardwell coming in from Indiana, talking probably about one of his amazing collecting experiences somewhere in South America. Lots of amazing people. Sandy Moore, the president of Seagrass, she's going to kind of maybe tell us everything that's been happening in the industry as of late with all these threats that we're constantly facing. There's one more. The king of DIY, Joey Mullen himself, is going to make an appearance on Sunday, only Sunday, noon till 4. So, Biggs and Biggs type of just the way I am, I kind of did a call out. Said, hey Joey, you're going to all these places, you're doing these contests, these head-to-head challenges. You went against George Farmer, big aquascaper in the UK. You went against some guys in the States, and then you hadn't done it for a long time. But now that you're going to go and do one in LA, so I thought, he's never done one in Canada. He's probably terrified. So I called him out, done a few little kind of joking kind of clips out on Instagram, and he knows about it. So what's going to happen? Joey and me are going to go head-to-head in Escape Off. And we're going to be doing Escape Off. It's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. We're not going to be putting any plants. We're not going to be doing any water. We're basically going to do all hardscape and all hardscape only, head-to-head with the crowd involved, and everybody's going to be involved in it, and they're going to make the decision who the winner is. I don't know, Joey. You think you got the game? Or did you want me to bring the board game like I talked about? I don't know, man. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty stoked about it. I actually very much look forward to seeing you, my friend, as well as all my other friends, all those incredible speakers, and anybody that's going to be there. I hope to see you September 16th and 17th at the International Centre in Toronto, Ontario. All right, my friends, that's it for today. I will have something cool coming up for you guys in a video right away, I promise. I'll get some of those store tours and some of these aquarium things under the belt. We'll have them out for you soon. Until next time, take care.